Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Nick here in the glorious KitchenCade, and we got a new pickup deal for you guys. As you can see, I got my hands on a stand-up OUTRUN. Pretty hard to find the stand-up. You see all the sit-down versions, but once in a while you see a stand-up. Not easy to come by. So, what's up to everybody out there? Let's get into this new pickup deal. And just want to say my collection is getting crazy. This marks 22 cabinets now. So, this pickup deal. I got this OUTRUN stand-up cabinet. Well, first let me tell you guys the story. So I'm scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, casually looking, don't know what you're gonna find. I'm always on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, trying to find anything I can to add to my little arcade collection here. And I came across a post where a guy had a bunch of OUTRUN cabinets loaded onto his truck. And the interesting thing about this is I had no idea what OUTRUN cabinets he had because he said he had just sit-down cabinets. He had about 3 of them. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't really want a sit-down OUTRUN, but how often do you see OUTRUN cabinets, let alone 3 of them? So I told the guy, hey, you know what? For the right price, even though it's a sit-down, I could probably mod it. I could probably make it a stand-up one. You know, screw it. I'll come take a look at them. You let me throw you a price after checking the condition of it, and you tell me. So we went from there. So I'm going over there thinking, hey, I'm going to purchase, you know, maybe 1, maybe all 3 sit-down cabinets. I end up showing up. The guy's brother's there. Brings me over to the back of his little warehouse, because apparently his brother owned a shop. Don't know, probably like a regular thrift store or whatever it was. And his shop had closed down and he had these cabinets. I walk back there thinking I'm going to see 3 sit downs. And I turn the corner and I instantly see the riser on the floor. And I'm like, no way. I turn the corner. I see a stand-up and 2 sit-downs, and my mind was blown. So I tell the guy, let me look at this, let me set it up, let me test everything out, and then I'll throw you a price for all 3 of them. Because in my mind, I'm like, I definitely want the stand-up. This is what I wanted. I can't believe it's sitting in front of me. No matter what, I'm grabbing this. But if I can get 2 sit-downs out of the deal, then I could sell the sit-downs, make a good profit, and walk out of there like a bandit. So long story short, I see the stand-up, I'm putting it together, testing it, and I do notice that it is missing the cap on the shifter knob. But the button does work, everything works, the whole cabinet, everything works. I cleaned it up, made it look nice. So anyway, so I told the guy, I'll give you, I said, what is your brother asking for all 3 cabinets? He said, my brother wants $350 for all of them. $350 for all 3 cabinets. And I told the guy, I'll give you $300 for all of it. And he said yes. But when I went to look at the sit-downs, they weren't in the greatest condition. And honestly, I should have just bought one for parts to, fix the shifter knob on this one. But I was so excited to see a stand-up. I just couldn't believe it. And I was like, I'll give you $100 for the stand-up and we'll call it a deal. I just wanted to get out of there with the stand-up, honestly. And the guy's like, yeah, for sure, no problem. I gave him $100 and walked away with the stand-up. Came home, took the whole thing apart, cleaned it top to bottom, tested it, and man, guys, $100 for a stand-up OUTRUN. Can you guys believe that? Everything on it works. This thing is almost immaculate. If it wasn't for that missing cap, and I'm I'm probably going to do a mod on this anyway and put the real shifter and, you know, toggle the turbo switch to start. Because I heard you could do that. So let's see. I'm going to show you guys that this actually does work. Look at this. Man. See? Burned out. Can you guys believe this? $100 for a stand-up OUTRun. You can't make these stories up. But anyway, you guys get the idea. Everything here is working. Beautiful light-up marquee. Little washed out, but I think $100, man. How are you going to complain? You know, later on, I'll put the Ferrari symbol and upgrade all of it so it's a little more arcade accurate. But man, oh man. And I had this cabinet before. I had actually purchased this cabinet back in, I'm going to say it was probably like 2023. And I had purchased it off someone for $150. And that one was immaculate. I had that cabinet was immaculate. And, you know, long story short, I used to have a massive video game collection. I'm talking hundreds of Nintendo Wii games, hundreds of PS2 games, hundreds of GameCube games. I'll show you guys one day pictures of my old video game collection. You guys would lose your mind over it. But anyway, so I had about 12 arcades back then. And this was around the time like Simpsons came out and all of that. I had 12 arcades and my massive game collection. I packed it all in a van. And me and my girlfriend drove all the way down to Arkansas to sell it to Retro Rick at his game shop. And Retro Rick has video because we recorded a video that day. This was back in 2023. Me, Retro Rick, and one of his friends recorded me in Arkansas at his game store, unloading all my video games, all the cabinets. And I've been asking him, where is that footage? So I got to get a hold of that footage from Retro Rick so I could show you guys. But, you know, if any of you watching this know Retro Rick, I mean, I know him and I'm going to hit him up one day. But let him know, like, where's my video? Where's Nick's video of one of the biggest collections he's ever bought off me? I ended up selling him that collection for $30,000. No lie. I sold him my video game collection with my arcades, with my Pokemon. $30K. But anyway, back to the main thing. So I used to have OUTRUN before I sold it to Retro Rick. And here we are now. I got my OUTRUN back. So let me show you guys the condition of this cabinet. Nice and shiny. Look at that. The tiniest bit of wear, like, I mean, on the sides of the riser. Like, no one cares about the riser. Let's see this side. Look out, Roomba. Look at that. For $100, how could you go wrong? Everything there. Everything's complete. Does it say OUTRUN on this? Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that. Arcade1up, stand-up driving, OUTRUN. Did they put the years on this? Oh, yeah, right here. 12/20/20. Love this arcade, man. Love it. Absolutely amazing deal. So I just had to show you guys this. My pickup videos. OUTRUN, baby. Beautiful cabinet. And I still have my Pac-Man Deluxe here. Oh yeah, I sold my XL. Peace out. Screw XL. I sold that XL Pac-Man for $250. Guy came with his girlfriend, picked it up. I was like, get that thing out of here. There's no love for XL in this arcade. You know, let all the other influencers tell you, oh, sell 20 of your deluxe so you can go waste your money on XL versions of it when these are perfectly fine. I'm good. I'll stick to my deluxes, and if I'm forced to buy an XL because that title doesn't come out in deluxe, then so be it. But I am not getting rid of all my deluxe just because some people want to say, oh, this is the form factor. This is the final form factor. XL is where it's at. Like, who says that? Why would I sell all my deluxes just to turn around and spend more money to buy XLs, which take up more room? Like, at this point, I'm just gonna go buy the real arcade. If I'm gonna waste my time getting an XL, I'll just go buy the real arcade because they're the same size. I'll go buy the real thing so we don't have to do this no more where it's like, oh, these aren't perfect. These aren't exactly it. Like, that's the whole point. The whole point is they're supposed to be 3/4 scale. Like, why do we want XL? Somebody tell me why we want XL. If you're going to make the jump to go buy an XL, just go buy the real arcade. Why are you wasting your time buying an Arcade1up XL? See, this is what makes me think, like the things that Rexer says on the Rexer show, this is what makes me think that he's actually right about this stuff. And the people that are like influencing us to get this stuff. It's like, why would we sell our deluxes to transfer over to XLs? Like, why would I get rid of my Pac-Man to go buy a Pac-Man XL and waste my money when I have Pac-Man right here? And it's in the scale that I want it in. It doesn't take up a ton of room, and it's not the size of an arcade. Wasn't that the point of Arcade1up? Like, I know I'm repeating myself in these videos, but I just want to like hammer the nail on this. I just want to hammer that point into you guys. Like, if we're converting over to XLs, why waste your time and money when you can get the real arcade cabinet for cheaper? Like, do you guys understand? Like, I can get an XL, like, let's say Arcade1up Pac-Man XL, the Costco exclusive, right? What was that? $5.99, $6.99 for that arcade? Do you guys know that, like, every day I go on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp and I see a real Pac-Man cabinet, like, in pretty decent condition too. Like, I see a real Pac-Man arcade cabinet for like $150, $200. And I can have the real thing. Like, why are these people filling their arcades with XLs when you can go get the real thing? Like, it doesn't even make sense anymore. So that's my reasoning for sticking to the deluxes. Because if I'm going to switch to XLs, I'm going and buying the real thing. And I don't want to buy the real thing, because that's why I got these 3/4 scales. Because I don't want to buy the real thing. Like, does that not make sense to people? It makes sense to me. People buying XLs don't make sense to me. You're getting an XL Pac-Man. You're getting an XL, what's it called? See, now I'm losing my train of thought. That's how flustered I'm getting over this. You'll go buy a Pac-Man XL. You'll go buy a Golden Tee XL. You'll pay like over $500 for these cabinets. You can go on Marketplace and get the real thing for a couple $100. It makes no sense to me anymore. So, sorry, not an XL fan. Supreme. I'm good. I'm sticking to my beautiful deluxes. This is the way I'm going. Hopefully, Arcade1up, basic fun. Hopefully, you guys continue making deluxes and you don't fall to this pattern of XLs, because people are going to start to realize, why am I going to buy an XL when I could buy the real cabinet? That's all I'm saying. Why wait for Arcade1up to drop an XL? Oh my God, wouldn't it be amazing if they drop Crystal Castles XL? Well, I can go on Marketplace and I can get the real Crystal Castles that's the size of the XL, because it's the real arcade, for a couple $100, and I don't have to wait for nobody to release it. I don't have to sit there and pray to the gods of Arcade1up that they're going to come out with a Crystal Castles. I could just go buy Crystal Castles. Yep, the dead silence for that. Exactly. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments your thought on everything I had just said and everything we've covered. and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.